If you're watching this video right now, you probably know that you have a lot of potential, but you don't know how to use it, or you don't believe in yourself enough to actually use it. You're scared of your own potential. And let me tell you one thing. A lot of people have a specific goal. Let's say they want to become a doctor, they want to become a lawyer, and they can work towards that goal and manifest towards that goal. But a lot of people like me, I had no idea where I should end up. And 3 years ago, I wrote down in my manifestation journal, I earn money by doing what I love, and I help countless people worldwide doing it. I had no idea. I never planned to start TikTok, to start YouTube, or any of this. I was a very private person. I had a private Instagram profile with like 60 followers. I never planned anything of this. And even when I started with TikTok, it was a book TikTok literature account. Philosophy, psychology. Let me tell you, if you know that you have potential, if you know that you are here for a reason, whatever that reason is, but you can't really be sure what it is because you haven't discovered your real purpose yet, just watch this video and you will know. If you don't know anything about manifestation, I will quickly tell you everything you need to know, but you also should read the books of Joe Dispenza, because Joe Dispenza is one of the best authors when it comes to explaining manifesting in a scientific way. Some of you don't really trust these spiritual things, so he connects this spiritual side with the scientific side, and he explained that we are basically electromagnetic beings. We are spiritual beings in a human body, and we have this experience, and we send out a frequency, a vibration, and you can basically imagine yourself as a radio station. And the frequency, the vibration you send out is also the vibration you're going to attract back into your life. So we have a human range of emotions. The lowest emotions are emotions like guilt or shame or fear. And the highest emotions are emotions like love and empathy, enlightenment. So if you are in this low vibrational emotional state, of course you're going to attract more things that keep you in that state. This is why gratitude and love and being positive, these are the key things to manifestation. Because if you are constantly, or if you're more in a high vibrational state than in a low vibrational state, you're also going to attract more high vibrational things back into your life. And this doesn't mean that you have to fake it all the time or don't allow yourself to be sad. Of course you can be sad, of course you can be angry. You are still a human being. You can't just cut off all of the negative emotions out of your life and have this toxic positivity. But work yourself up from there. Let's say you're angry, accept this anger, live out this anger, scream whatever you have to do, okay? And then work yourself up in this range of emotions until you have this gratitude again in yourself. This is why also a lot of people or organizations or even governments in high positions who are very tyrannic want to keep the population in a state of fear, in a state of guilt, in a state of shame, because they can control the population better if these populations are full of fear. There are a few things you can do to raise your vibration, okay? For example, going for a walk, being in nature, listening to high vibrational music. And this is really, really important because a lot of music has negative affirmations in it. And in my religion, it's actually forbidden to listen to music because my religion has figured this out a lot of time ago. When you listen to music and this music has a lot of negative affirmations in it, like, I don't know, sentences like, I don't deserve love, I will be sad forever, I'm never going to reach anything. This is going to be engraved into your subconscious, especially when you sing it along all the time. Like, there's this one song and everyone on TikTok was so obsessed with it. And she sings in that song, I found myself in a shit position, blah, 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 blah. And everyone was singing the song. And I was just realizing how everyone is going to reprogram their subconscious mind into, I'm going to find myself in a shit position, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. You feed your mind with these negative beliefs, with these negative affirmations all the time you listen to that song. And you work at yourself singing the song, oh, I found myself in a shit position. And then you will find yourself in a shit position because you basically manifested this, unconsciously manifested this into your reality. Or there's another song, this was also very, very popular on TikTok. And he said, something bad's about to happen to me. Everyone was singing it. Everyone was posting videos of it. It's basically manifestation. This is why I suggest you to sort out your music playlist and create a music playlist full of high vibrational music of people who talk about positive things. This is really important, okay? In my opinion, call me crazy, call me paranoid, but in my opinion, I think that there are certain artists out there who really get paid to spread some things to the population to keep them in a low vibrational state. When it comes to energy, I don't play around. I feel energy. I feel bad intentions. And when I listen to certain artists, or when I see certain artists, certain models, certain singers, I just feel, okay, there's something wrong with them. There's something wrong with them. I don't know what it is, but I stay away from them completely. I don't follow a single celebrity. I don't follow a single celebrity. Be sure you listen to things that keep you in a high vibrational state. You're watching things that keep you in a high vibrational state. If you follow someone on social media and this person is constantly dragging you down, you constantly feel drained after watching their content, unfollow them. Why do you force yourself to watch something you simply dislike? This is something I never understood. Like, so many people, they see a video on there for you and they go into comments and tell the person, oh, I hate your video. Why are you doing that? Why are you losing your precious energy, your limited energy by complaining? Simply scroll away, scroll away, scroll away, scroll away, block, block, block. I block so many people a day. My blocking list, I have the largest blocking list in the world. Simply because I do not tolerate any bad or negative energy in my life. This is my phone. This is my life. I get to control who I allow into my life and into my personal space. And you have to take that control too. The next step, before you really start to get into manifestation, you have to find out your subconscious beliefs about yourself. This is so important before you manifest, because 95% of manifestation is subconsciously. You can say affirmations to these 5% that are conscious, but if you subconsciously think that you are not worthy of being a millionaire, you are not worthy of being in a happy relationship, you are not worthy of being safe and secure, then you won't going to attract it into your life. So you have to find out, what do you subconsciously believe in? I grew up in a financially very unstable home. My mom always kept telling me that people with money are evil, people with money are bad. And I think she projected her own limiting beliefs onto other people because she never had a lot of money. We grew up and we were basically poor. We never had money. We didn't even have enough money for food at the end of the month. So she always kept telling me, money is not that important and people who have a lot of money are evil nonetheless. Like, don't care about money. And this was a limiting belief I had for a long time. And I kept believing, okay, money is evil. Money is the root of all evil. All the people who have money are evil. And then I realized this is such a limiting belief, because I was stopping myself from being wealthy, from getting money, because I had this subconscious blockage into myself. Or when you basically, in your childhood, when you experienced something that made you believe, okay, love is dangerous, having trust in someone is dangerous, showing your emotions is dangerous. This can also be a limiting belief. Like, when you subconsciously believe that you are not worthy of love, you can attract with the 5% of your conscious mind the perfect love life, but your subconscious will be like, no, I don't feel safe receiving love. Love is not safe. Being loved is not safe. Being in a relationship is not safe. You have to start to reprogram your subconscious belief. And you can do that with overnight affirmations. I do this all the time. When I go to sleep, I search for overnight affirmations for whatever limiting belief I want to let go of. Let's say if you know that you have a limiting belief about self-love, you can search on Spotify or YouTube or wherever overnight affirmations for example, self-love. And then you can listen to these overnight affirmations while you sleep. And trust me, this works. I have tried it and trust me, it works. What you also need to do is shadow work. You need to really get to the core of, okay, why do I have this limiting belief? Where does it come from? Where was it planted into my mind? and who planted this into my mind. Because a lot of limiting beliefs come from your family or from the environment you grow up in. It's not from yourself. Like, you get fed with all of these beliefs of other people and you start to believe that, oh, what they say is real. And then you grow up and you realize, no, it's not real. It's real for them. It doesn't have to be real for me. You can also release your subconscious blockages by tapping, by meditation, by journaling, by shadow work, but you have to understand something. First step is that you have to identify your limiting beliefs. One thing I realized with people who have issues when it comes to money is that they either overspend a lot or they feel guilty about spending money. I remember one time when I was a child, my mother suddenly got a large sum of money and she got it unexpectedly from her work. But because she was not used to having so much money, she immediately spent it for basically unnecessary things. This is why a lot of people who win the lottery, they lose that money as fast as they got it, because their subconscious is not willing to make that money stay, because they actually feel uncomfortable having that lot of money. So they spend it for unnecessary items, they spend it for unnecessary things. And a year later or even months later, they find themselves in the same position they were before. Without money, without anything. This is why subconsciously they don't believe that they are worthy of having this money. They don't believe that they are worthy of keeping this money. This is why a lot of people overspend a lot. Even when they get more money than they used to, they tend to overspend this to be at the same level they feel comfortable at. I had that for a very long time. Whenever I spent money, I felt guilty. I was like, oh, was it really necessary? Like, did I really need this? And then I was like, why do I feel that way? Why do I feel that way? And why am I signaling the universe that whenever I spend money, I feel guilty? Because as I showed you before, guilt is one of the lowest vibrational states. Guilt is basically the worst thing you can feel when it comes to spending money. I reprogrammed myself by this one technique that I once read about, and it's whenever you spend money, like whenever you buy something, you have to think in yourself, this is going to come back to me 10 times, and you have to say thank you. Every time you spend money, you have to keep thinking of the words thank you, and this is going to come back to me. And it works, because you are shifting your perspective from, oh, I feel so guilty spending this money, I shouldn't do this, from thank you to gratitude. And as I said before, if you are grateful, you attract more things back into your life you can be grateful for. Let me tell you one thing, okay? When you want to manifest money, be extremely specific with it. I once manifested a really large sum of money, and I wrote down, I have this amount of money, I have this amount of money, I have this amount of money. I didn't write down that I have this money to spend, and I didn't write down I have this amount of money without harm to anyone, because this is really important. Because just think about this. You can write in your manifestation journal, I have this amount of money, and if you forgot the words without harm to anyone, this can happen by you having a car accident and your insurance pay money for you. This can happen by a relative of you suddenly dying, and you know, make sure that you are always very specific. So when I manifested this really large sum of money, I just wrote down, I have this amount of money, and I got the exact amount of money to the point, okay? But not in a liquid form. Not to spend. I got it as in form of an investment. So I couldn't spend that money. I still had it, but I couldn't spend that money. And I was like, okay, I have to be more specific next time. This wasn't specific enough. And I realized how crazy it is, because I manifested this exact amount of money. Okay, exact to the point. I can't make this up. But I forgot to write down that I could spend it freely. So it was my money, it was mine, but it was not in a liquid form. It was in form of an investment. And as I said in the beginning of the video, when you don't have a specific goal when it comes to your career, write down how do you want to feel and what you want to do. My goal always was it to help people. As I said before, like 3 years ago, I wrote down, I want to help people worldwide, countless people worldwide, and earn money by doing what I love, by doing that. it happened. I didn't know how it's going to happen. I never thought that I would start YouTube one day, never. If I traveled back into time to myself from years ago and I told her, yeah, you started YouTube and you started TikTok, she would be like, no way, because I was the most private person ever. I would never know that I would feel comfortable one day, like sitting in front of a camera and talking to you. So write down what you want to have in that career. If you want to start a business, but you don't really know what kind of business, write down, I am a successful business owner and this is the amount of money I'm making every month. Write in the present tense. This is very important. Don't write, I will make $10,000 a month. Write, I make this amount a month, as if it's currently happening. Detach yourself from the outcome. When I manifest something, I always leave the when and how to God, to the universe. Because I know that when I leave these things to God, like I put the intention out there of what I want to achieve, but I leave the details to God, because divine timing is real. And I know that God, or the source of the universe, however you want to call it, knows better than I do. I have this subjective view. I see this tunnel vision of me, I don't know, wanting to have this specific goal. But the higher spirit, the God, the universe, they see things from a different perspective. They know, sometimes they know that you are not ready for certain things yet. Sometimes you don't get certain things that you want to have right now because you're simply not ready for it. Let's say you want to manifest a happy relationship into your life, but you still have problems. You still have problems of accepting real love. You still go for people who treat you badly. Then you will get this happy relationship once you worked on yourself. Once you let go of these limiting beliefs and once you realize that you do deserve true love. So certain things are there for you. It doesn't mean that you won't get them. It just means, okay, you will get them, but it will happen in divine timing. It hasn't happened yet, but I know it will. And this is the mindset I have. I know it will happen. I don't need to know how. I don't need to know where. I know it happens. God is going to deliver these things to me. I just have to know that He will. You have to be so sure that the reality you want to attract is on its way to you, that you don't spend a single second of your life ever worrying about, oh, will it really happen? It will. It will. And if that voice of your ego tries to kick in and tries to tell you, oh no, it's not going to work out, just because your current reality doesn't reflect back what you're trying to manifest, you have to silence that voice, okay? Because some things can't happen overnight. And your current reality will not always reflect back to you the things you want to achieve and the things you want to manifest, but you still have to believe that it's going to happen. It's going to happen. You want to become a millionaire? It's going to happen. I don't know where, I don't know when, I don't know how. I don't need to know and you don't need to know, because the things are going to unfold in front of you exactly as they should. I say this in the most humble way possible. In the most humble way possible. Because I know some people get triggered by you saying these things, but if you know that you are destined for greatness, I don't know what that greatness is, or you are destined for something. This doesn't have to be something so big like, oh, I want to become a president. This can also mean that you just live your happy dream life. You being a mother, you being a happy wife, you owning a bakery. But if you know that you are destined for something, you are destined for greatness. You are destined to share some gift of you, some art of you, your songs, I don't know. And you don't act on these things and you start to stop believing in yourself, you are making debts by the universe. Because imagine the universe and God is gifting you with your specific gifts, okay? But you choose to not believe in yourself. You choose to say to yourself, no, I should just play it safe. What is that playing it safe? I don't realize why so many people are obsessed with the idea of playing it safe. Nothing is safe in this life. I can die tomorrow. You can die tomorrow. Why playing it safe? I would rather take a risk of living my dream life and fail miserably than playing it safe and knowing my whole life, this is not what I want. I'm living the dream of someone else. This is not what I want. I was listening to this podcast about manifestation once, and she said in that podcast that if we have a goal, a dream goal, and we have a safe plan B, this is us showing to our subconsciousness, I actually don't believe that I can really hit that goal. Because otherwise you wouldn't have a plan B. If you were so sure about the fact that plan A was going to work, there was no way you were going to have a plan B. And this is something in The Art of War, the book, he said it in a metaphorical way. He said that when a soldier is facing a war, you have to set a metaphorical wall behind them. In that way, they can either fight for their life with all of their power, or die. Because if they have the opportunity to go back, they will not fight with the whole power. Every dream goal, every billionaire, every successful business owner, every CEO, everyone who ever created something, every artist, it all started with one idea. It started in their head. It started here, and it takes your head to get it done. And it also, your head is also the one who can sabotage you the most. So make sure whatever is happening on the outside is not going to affect your head. This is the most important thing, okay? That this year, your head is going to focus on what you want to achieve. If you talk about it, if you think about it, it becomes real. Every time you put your mind into this new reality, you are going to attract it. Either if you do it by talking, by thinking about it, by writing it down, by visualizing it. Every time, every second you spend thinking about your dream life, visualizing it, being in this energy and feeling how it feels to be that version of you that has everything you want right now, you are going to attract it. It feels magical because you can basically feel on an energetic level that this version of you exists out there. My favorite manifestation technique is to interview myself, to have imaginary interviews. I did this years ago. I was recording years ago with my phone, me talking in English. Mind you, I'm German, and I was talking in English years ago about mental health, about how I achieved what I want to achieve, about traumas, about psychology, about philosophy. And I was acting as if I'm in an interview. Mind you, I didn't know what I wanted to achieve one day. I didn't even know that I would be doing YouTube one day or TikTok. I would have never guessed. But I did this. I did this as if my higher self was taking me to practice for what I was doing years ago. And this is something you can also do. Imaginary interviews. Imagine yourself sitting in an interview 5 years from now, telling the audience how you achieved what you wanted to achieve, and also tell them about the struggles that you feel right now. Tell them, yeah, there was a phase in my life when I stopped believing in myself, but I picked myself up and I started doing everything for my dreams. Act as you already have what you want to achieve. Act as if it's already yours, because this is the only option. This is the only option. The reality you want to have, the version of you want to be, is out there waiting for you. And with every second you spend visualizing this reality, talking about this reality, dreaming about this reality, writing down this reality, you are going to attract it. You are going to attract this because you put yourself in the frequency of the same reality you are going to attract. So be in a fake interview. Be in an interview. Write news articles about yourself. If you want to become famous, write news articles about yourself. If you want to have a certain amount of followers, make a screenshot of your Instagram and edit the follower amount. Do it. Why not? Make sure that everything in your current reality gives you that feeling of, okay, I already have it. Because this is what it's going to attract it, not the mindset of I want it, I don't have it, but I already have it. I have it. And when you really do believe that you have it, or when you believe that it is on its way to you, this is the only option left. Like, I know there are some goals that can't be happening overnight, but I know they are on its way to me. Something that is going to happen before your manifestation is about to arrive is that you start to see other people receiving what you want. Let's say you want to manifest a car and you suddenly see people all around you getting that car. And you could think to yourself, why is it happening for every other being than me? And have this feeling of jealousy and envy. Or you could think to yourself, great, if they can do it, I can do it. They are a human being, I am a human being. If someone else can have this, if someone else can live the life of your dreams, why shouldn't you? What makes you different from them? Why shouldn't you? Why? Tell me why. So whenever I see something or someone and they have something I want, or they live in the reality I want to have as well, I think to myself, this is meant for me. This is meant for me, it's coming from me as well. I do not feel jealousy, I feel gratitude. I think to myself, it's possible. You see, it's possible for them, so it's possible for me. They are human, I am human. At least I think I'm human. So if it's possible for someone else, it's possible for you too. I want you to create a chat with yourself, and in this chat, you are going to write text of things you want to attract into your life. As if you're writing these things to a friend. Like, if you want to manifest that you are getting accepted into a certain university, write to yourself, oh my god, I just got the acceptance letter, oh my god, and really get into this feeling, into this happiness. If you want to manifest $200, write to your imaginary friend, oh my god, I just received $200. Write it as if it's currently happening. This is something I already do. I have a chat with myself on WhatsApp. And in this chat, I write things. I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe it. Blah, 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 this happened. I'm not going to share my goals because I'm very private. But I write as if it's already happening. When you make vision boards, print out pictures that represent the goals you want to have. Print out quotes that represent the mindset you have to have. And place it somewhere where you can see it every single day. So your brain gets used to this. Once your brain gets used to this side of, I don't know, maybe you print out a picture of money, you print out a picture of a pretty car, you print out a picture of you having a certain amount of followers, you get used to this. You are like, okay, I see this every day, it's my reality. I see this every day, it's normal. Once you shifted your brain from this is so unrealistic to this is normal, I see this every day, it's already in your life. It's already in your life. Always try to be in that state of I already have it. I already have it. Not I want it, not I'm waiting for it, but I already have it. I already have it. You already have it. And please, please don't make me mad by not believing in yourself. Who is going to believe in you if not yourself? Who? Maybe you have friends who believe in you or a family who believes in you, but not everyone has this privilege. I had no one to believe in me ever. I remember at one time when I told my ex-boyfriend that I wanted to achieve something and he kept laughing at me. This was like 5 years ago, I don't know. He kept laughing at me and he was like, oh my god, like this is so embarrassing. And I will never forget that feeling I had in my chest. And I was like, wow, this really hurt. Because the person who is supposed to support you can be the person who destroys your self-worth. I don't want you to accept this. I don't care if it's your mother, if it's your father, if it's anyone really close to you. If they want to project their limiting beliefs onto you, I don't want you to accept this. Don't listen to them. Don't take it seriously. They are basically talking to themselves. They were raised in a way where they were conditioned to believe that they are not able to do certain things, they are not able to reach certain goals, and they also want to project this limiting belief onto you. Don't believe it. Let them be in this reality. You can try to lift them up, but not everyone is going to want that. And if they don't want that, and if they constantly try to put you down, don't believe that, and try to restrict their access to you as much as possible, because you don't want to have draining people in your life, if you try to level up your frequency all the time. Sometimes people don't want you to be on a higher level than them because they feel comfortable if you're either on the same level with them or under them. They don't want you to be above them. Stay away from these people and do your thing. You don't owe it to anyone to play small. You don't owe it to anyone to keep yourself small. Why do you play yourself small? To make them feel comfortable not using their potential. Why do you play yourself small just because they don't believe in you? Why? Something I also do is I write diary entries from the reality, the dream reality I live in. I write it from the morning to the afternoon. I write everything. I woke up and I did this. I felt like this. Then I did this. I was wearing this, everything. As if I'm currently living in it. My whole reality consists of me creating my dream reality because I feed my mind with everything I'm going to have. And trust me, once you start believing in yourself and stop listening to people who want to keep you small, things are going to change for you. And I talked about this in my private account, and there was a girl and she kept telling me, "You're so right, like I study something, but I wanted to study something else, and now I'm living this reality, and I regret every day that I didn't study this other thing." And I was like, it's not too late for you. It's never too late. Never, okay? I don't care. If you watch this video right now and you're 60 or 70 years old, it's never too late to attract your dream life. It's never too late to take action and to take power and control over your reality. You do not have to accept reality as it currently is, because reality is always a mirror of our inner beliefs. If your inner beliefs right now are that you are not worthy of living your dream life, reality is going to reflect this back to you. So work on your inner mindset. Work on starting to believe that you deserve everything. It's your birthright to be successful. It's your birthright to have everything you want. Everything in this universe owes it to you that you will live the dream life that you want. It's your birthright. This is going to be your mindset from now on. It's your birthright to be wealthy. It's your birthright to live the life of your dreams. It's your birthright to feel loved and secure and safe. It's your birthright, okay? I love you, and please take care of you.